Greetings and welcome back, gentles and ladiesmen, to another exciting episode of Exo Plays Super Mario 64 DS for the Nintendo PMS. I think that's what I called. Somebody sent me a Whiny Bitch Gamer YouTube poop the other day that was pretty funny. Kind of weird to unironically state that I find a YouTube poop funny, but it's funny. It's funnier when it's like you were the one who made the source, if that makes any sense. It kind of makes me, it almost makes me want to do another Whiny Bitch Gamer review. But almost. The reason I don't do those is because it's kind of, the Whiny Bitch is such a straw man. I already have kind of problems keeping that under control in my regular reviews, so it's just, I don't want to feed that fire any more than I have to, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, so those boxes are worth 3 coins. Make sure you're hitting them. I'm pretty sure there are 2 red coins or something in these ones. I guess the Goomba respawn, so... I'm not talking about respawn as in Samus, respond! May I say how much I really want to get my Wii HDMI modded? Like, the mod just came out, and it's already on sale, but unfortunately I don't have enough money to buy it right now. And the pre-order is already exhausted, and who knows when I'm gonna actually get one at this point, so it's like, but I really want one, because you guys have seen how nice my GameCube footage looks with HDMI. Imagine what Wii games would look like. The Wii's component video is so blurry, and I don't know, it's just, it seems like Nintendo's analog video is always really cheap looking compared to what you could get on the other consoles. Like, the Xbox has excellent component video, but then you play, and it's like the GameCube did too, but you had to like special order those cables, and now they're like $200, and it's like, for that price you might as well just get the HDMI adapter instead, since GameCubes have like the little digital output port on the back. And it looks great, so it's like I want to get that same kind of quality that I can get on my GameCube on my Wii, so that I can make all the games look really nice and not have to use component, and because like even the open source scan converter can't make the Wii look presentable. Like, it can make every other console look so fantastic, but not the Wii. And it's not because, you know, it's the analog conversion, like the actual original digital video before it gets converted for component and composite stuff looks as good as Dolphin does. Well, actually, Dolphin cheats a little bit by increasing the horizontal resolution, but let's not talk about that, because you guys don't care, as the only reason Exo cares is because he is the dithering man who comes to town once every few years, when he eventually makes another review. And I have been hard at work at that. Speaking of which, I don't think I've talked about the great Windows update fail of October of 2018. Apparently, Windows launched recently in October some kind of feature update, and something happened. Like, I was uploading an episode, I think, it was either of this playthrough or the Wind Waker playthrough, and it's like, okay, I'll upload this overnight like I always do, because it takes a long ass time to upload 4K videos. It's worth it for the quality. Like, even if you only have a 1080p screen, if you're watching this on PC, watch it in 4K, and the quality will increase dramatically. I'm using, you know, HEVC encoding on my video files to use less hard drive space, but could keep the same quality as I would with AVC is what it's called. Point is, I've got this whole system going, so yeah. So I recorded all of this footage for Partners in Time, and I had all of my footage of the Wind Waker playthroughs saved on this footage drive I have. It's basically when I built my new PC, and when I eventually get my new graphics card with the new NVENC and the new, you know, the touring cards. I'm gonna get me a 1070, I think, a 2070 rather, 2070 Ti. and get me 8 gigabytes of GDDR6 RAM. Be able to run all my games reasonably well in 4K, and it's gonna make it so much easier to record stuff because of the new NVENC. But the point is, that's an investment I'll end up making, but I got this new solid-state drive from the Samsung solid-state drive, which has very good reputation from reviewers and, you know, for being very good. And all of a sudden, I go to sleep while I'm uploading this part, and I wake up and my computer won't boot. It just gets stuck on the boot OS forever. Grab the ledge, Warion. And it's like, okay, what the hell am I supposed to do about this? It seems like my Windows, it's a Windows issue because I could use my little USB adapter with my solid state drive to access the files, so it wasn't a drive problem. So it's like, okay, so then I spent the better part of 2 days copying over gigabytes of files to another computer to back them up so that I could put it back on my computer later. Because for some reason, Windows doesn't let you keep your files when you reinstall unless if you boot the Windows installer from Windows. Which, you know, on surface makes sense because if you have like Windows 7 and you're upgrading to Windows 10, you know, you can boot the installer from Windows 7 when you want to upgrade and then keep your files that way. But it's just like, I don't understand why I can't keep my files that are already on the disk if I'm accessing the installer from the boot OS. This is how interesting Shifting Sandland is, apparently. I've talked about this instead. So it's like, okay, I backed up all these files. Everything's right where it needs to be. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and wipe my SSD to reinstall Windows. So I do that and it's just like, okay, I need to delete all these partitions, whatever, delete. Oh shit! I left my footage HDD plugged in and didn't unplug it before I started deleting those partitions. Now my footage drive is wiped clean. And it's like, I only keep like stock footage on my footage drive, you know? So it's like, if I record a little bit of a game in 4K for a review, for example. If I record the game like that for a review, for example, that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? So that's most of what was on that drive that I lost, is just that kind of stock footage, which I can live with. I can re-record like 30 minutes of Banjo-Kazooie if I need to. You know, it's not that hard. It doesn't take that long. I can live with that, but the problem is that I had all of my Wind Waker footage on there. Because, you know, if you have like 20 hours of 4K gameplay footage of this RPG, it's like I can't fit that in my SSD, which is where I'm doing most of my review stuff. So okay, so I'll save this here where it's safe, and I assumed I was gonna unplug it before I started wiping partitions and stuff. But no, I didn't do that, so I lost all of that footage. So if you've been watching this and wondering like, okay, where on earth why isn't the Wind Waker playthrough being updated anymore? That's why. Fortunately for me, Eric didn't kill me over this egregious error. Pyramid puzzle. Oh, I know what this one is. Let's go ahead and head on over that way. But it's still, it was like very discouraging. And not only that, I also had all of my Partners in Time footage on the HDD. I had all this footage left over on that. And, like, that was the review I was gonna do next, was Partners in Time. Because it's like, okay, Haydox is kind of going through a bad time mentally right now, and he needs some time to cool off. More importantly, he needs to finish recording his footage, so it's like, we can't do the Pokemon roar like that. So, yeah, that happened. So I'm like, okay, I'll review Partners in Time. In the meanwhile, I'll go ahead and record all of that footage. By the way, this star right here is kind of like a special version of a star from the original game. It's like, okay, so we'll talk more about that when we get there, but it's just like, okay, I lost all of this Partners in Time footage. I was gonna do a quick review of that. I had a script all written up and everything. Then I lost all of this footage, and now I'm back to square one. So it's like, alright, I'll just do Luigi's Mansion, do a roar on that instead. And hopefully that'll be out by the time this episode comes out, or hopefully I'll be a good way into editing it at least. Yeah, so that was very discouraging. And it's like, thankfully my Mario 64 footage was saved on the solid state drive, which I backed up before I reinstalled Windows, so I was fine there, thank goodness. And my Halo footage, I'm gonna be doing Halo Combat Evolved Roar at some point. My footage of the Xbox version I had backed up on a different drive, so I didn't lose that, but it was just, still, losing the Wind Waker footage was like the most, oh my god, slap my fucking face, and with shame and embarrassment and anger. One of those kinds of moments. So, in the original version of this game, you could see like those ledges there. The original game had this feature called Secrets, which it would be where if you like pushed a block here or hit a certain exclamation block in the air there, it would like a little number would pop up and it would go. It would make a little sound effect, and when you got 5 of them, a star would pop up. And that's how that star worked in the original version. In this version, they just put silver stars on the same platform, so it's basically the same thing. You know, still no harm, no foul on that one. It's just like, it's slightly different, but I don't care. This one, we're gonna need to play as Mario, and I think we're also going to need to talk to the Bomb to unlock the Canon. So I think that's what we're gonna go do real quick, is first we're gonna go grab a Marion cap. Actually, I could probably do this without the cannon if I really try hard enough. Oh, and the guy is right here. Oh no, this must be the red coin guy. So yeah, as you can see, he's telling us where all the red coins are, so we don't have to be... You know, it's all on the map, it's not hard to find, or rather you could talk to him if you're still looking for one, which was actually very useful in a new Super Mario Bros. 3D. Actually, it's called Another Super Mario 3D, sorry. With such a brilliant name, you'd think it would be difficult to forget, but... Ooh, it's gonna be difficult. So, thankfully we can stand tall on the pillars and get it that way. For some reason, Mario can run up the pillars like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. This one's gonna be difficult to grab. I've never liked the wing cap. Can I say that? Is that gonna get me booted out of the Mario fan club if I say that? I've never liked the wing cap. It just controls so weird. If you ask me, the best flying power-up in any of these 3D Mario games is gotta be that red star from Super Mario Galaxy, but even that gets used like once. And then you can use it to fly around the hub if you want, but that's about it. And it looks like I ran out of juice, so I'm gonna have to go grab another wing cap real quick. Hopefully that block will give me a wing feather. Apparently in the originally in like beta versions of this game, you were supposed to be able to use the wing feather with all 4 characters, and I don't know why they didn't do that, because I don't know why this needs to be a Mario exclusive power-up. I really don't know why that had to be the case, because I don't know, he has the P-balloon going for him. We didn't need this. It's like I said, it's like they couldn't think of any better reasons for the player to want to play as Mario, so they just did that. Alright, let's see. Are there any other red coins around here? I feel like Icarus here is flying a little too close to those Tox boxes. Alright, so there should be one in here. And there should be, the final red coin should be over this way, I think. So I probably could have done this in a more efficient order, but, you know, good enough and all that. Alright, this is one part where the tank control scheme helps a lot for pointing yourself at the coin, then running straight at it, so that you don't have to like try to figure out which angle on the analog stick in the original to push. And then the star just spawns on top of that little temple thing. So we'll go ahead and make our way over there. And there we go. And that's all there is to Shifting Sand Land, as it were. I feel like Shifting Sand Land sounds kind of like a drug euphemism, but what do I know? I don't do drugs. Ooh, that was good soda. You know, I'm sure Helljumper is probably laughing at me right now. He's watching this. So yeah, do you guys want to see a stream of another Super Mario 3D? Is that something that would interest people? We got one more star to go grab over here in Dire Docks, so after that it should be it for the basement, I think. Actually 2, and I think I need Wario for both of them, so we're gonna do the easy one first and then save the other one for later, because they force you to swim through the Dire Docks passage as Wario. Such a fantastic idea that was. Anyway, this one's kind of interesting. You gotta use Surf on a Koopa Shell, and you've got to use the Koopa Shell to get across the water and get to the switch within the time limit. And obviously, only Wario can break the black bricks in Minecraft. So yeah, that's how that works. So that's 1 star on Dire Docks with Wario down. And then the other one's gonna require us to do a bunch of swimming, which was a horrible idea. Whoever thought, like, maybe there's... I'm sure that there's a Wario cap over there that you can get, but still... It's like, I don't want to have to so it's like they put you in this position where it's like, okay, I need Wario to break the black brick to get the Switch Star, but if the cap is over on the other side of the stage, I'd have to grab it and then swim back as Wario anyway. So in that case, it's more convenient to just come into the level as Wario. But if you do that, then immediately afterwards, you have the other thing that requires Wario, where the cap is actually close to it. So it's like no matter what you choose, you end up swimming through this passage forever. Like, look at how long this takes. Did Wario need to swim slowly? Was that something that was necessary for character balancing this game? Were the developers afraid that people would spend too much time swimming with Wario if they didn't nerf him? It's like, okay, fine, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna nerf him, fine. But don't make me play stuff like this. I don't know, you guys get the point. So up over there is our Power Flower block. So we're gonna go ahead and grab that real quick, and then you can see that there are a bunch of rings coming out of a sewage drain down there. We're gonna go ahead and do that, and then that'll give us our star, and then we'll be done with Dire Docks. I don't know, it's just... Sometimes doing commentary on these games helps me to notice, like, things I don't even necessarily notice when I'm writing a script for a review, you know what I mean? It's just... I guess I realized how kind of crappy the basement levels are just playing this tonight. Alright, so we need 5 rings in Minecraft. Damn it, Eric's got me doing it now. Alright, so now we can grab the star and we're out of this crappy level. So you can see that the Bowser door in the background there opened. So that's why I was suggesting get the 100 coin star right away. Oh yeah! Alright, so that should be it. I say we just cut off the part here. It's a minute early, but some of these other parts went on too long, so I'm fine with that. Join me in the next episode, and we'll start playing the attic levels in Super Mario 64 DS. So, until then, I'm Exo, and I'll see you guys next time.